halfprice.com.
Revolutionizing the way people treat people in business. The Experience Pros, America's home for positive business talk.
Welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Richard, keep that music going, man. I dig it. This is my favorite intro song right here. A little bit of you, too. All right, you can drop that down. Thank you, brother. Appreciate that. Hey, welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. Very nice to have you along with us today. Gonna segue now from the last segment into this one by asking you, do you want more clients? Do you want more customers? When do you want them? I can hear the shouts in the distance. Yes, we want more customers. Yes, we want more clients. When do you want them? Right now. All right. I heard you. Brian Hilliard, the vice president, the VIP contributor for entrepreneur.com, heard you as well. And he wants to share with us a client acquisition strategy that is having a huge impact on his business. And because many of these steps, there are 4 steps in his client acquisition strategy. Many of them we use on a regular basis as well. So let's go through it. Warm market prospecting has you engaging people that you've done business with over the past 12 months. That's the way he's defining warm market prospecting. You're not there to sell anything to them because they're not necessarily in the market to buy anything, but to reach out, re-engage, and see what's going on in their business lives is the greatest strategy that you can employ to rekindle relationships. Remember, folks, this whole hour, the last 2 hours has been all about generating increased sales by doing it by way of building the relationships. It is all about the know, like, and trust. It is all about the relationships that you have. And so here is what we know is true. It's so much easier to repeat or to secure a repeat customer, like 10, 15 times easier to secure a repeat customer than it is to acquire a new one. And by easier, I'm talking it's less expensive. It's less energy that you have to put out, and it takes far less time to re-engage and inspire someone to become a repeat customer rather than going out and getting another one. Here's how you can make this work in your business. Number one, identify who your past clients are. I'm hoping that you have a list of your past clients. Back in the day when Angel and I started working together, before Experience Pros was actually formally created, I had filing cabinet and individual folders for each and every client that I ever worked with. All right. You can have the same kind of thing. Most people use the technology called a CRM, a customer or client relationship management software to manage that information now. But you can do that. The spreadsheets are somewhere in between those two. So once you've got, you've identified your past clients, anybody who's ever spent money with you, okay, start making contact. Now, I'm going to give you a story here. This is what happened one day in my office. A gentleman called me, good friend of mine. He was a car salesman, and he lived south of the major metro area, significantly south suburb. And he called me up and he says, Eric, I haven't sold a car in 6 weeks, and I see tumbleweeds rolling through my office. And I said, all right, so I'm going to give you some advice, and here's what I'm going to tell you to do. I'm going to ask you to go call the last 6 people that you sold cars to and pick up the phone, dial them up, and say, hey, I was just thinking about some of my favorite customers, and you're on my list. And he came to me and he said, Eric, you don't understand. Now, I wish I had a nickel for every time somebody told me that I didn't understand something, because I would be wealthy indeed. Okay. And hey, shout out to listener Angela. Great to see your name light up. And there are 4 steps. We're going to give them to you here in just a second. But number 1, identify your past clients. Number 2, start making contact. In this story, I said, you pick up the phone, call the last 6 people you sold cars to. And this is what I want you to do. And I want you to do it absolutely precisely. I want you to call them up and say, hey, I was just thinking about some of my favorite customers. You're on my list. And I wanted to know, how are you doing today? And then I want you to stop talking and start listening. And what you're going to hear is an awkward silence for just a minute, because it's not what is expected. You're not trying to sell them anything. You're not trying to sell them a secondary car. You're not trying to, I was thinking about you and I'm wondering, are you having a good day? How are you doing today? And leave it and let them respond. He did what I suggested him to do. And when they get done with telling you how to do it, I said, that's all you got to do. Say, you know what? I wish you the very best. Thanks for doing business with me. And hang up the phone. Do not try to sell them anything. Do not try to move the needle in the direction of a sale. None of it. Desperation has an aroma. You know that. So I told him to do that. He actually did it. He was frustrated and begrudgingly did it, but he did it nonetheless. He sold 13 more cars in the next week. How did that happen? He was so excited when he called me and told me I sold 13 cars in the next week. And I said, how did that happen? And here was his answer. He says, I called somebody. They took the phone call on the golf course, had the conversation, just thinking about you. Hope you're having a great day. Hang up the phone. And that was it. And the person on the golf course, one of his golf buddies said, hey, who was that who called? It's my car dealer. He's trying to sell you another car? Ha, 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 ha. No. He just said, have a great day. Wow, that sounds like a nice guy. My daughter's looking for a car. Give me his information. And that happened over and over and over again. As it will. Start making contact. Number 3, during the call, don't sell. Just say something nice. And step number 4 is, if you follow up with that, follow up in a non-sales way, build relationship, not the sale. If you build relationships, I promise you transactions will follow. If you didn't catch the segment on influencer marketing and how it guarantees to exponentially increase your sales, go back and listen to it. It's the second segment for today's show in hour number 1. I promise you, it's something you don't want to miss. We're going to take a break for the next day. The good news is, Lord willing, we'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you for tuning into this, the home of positive business talk. This is the Experience Pros Radio Network.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way people treat people.